Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Yes, we can hear you.
Hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh no, I cannot hear you. All right, here we go. Okay, talk again.
Hi, Mrs. Jenna.
I cannot hear.
Hi, Mrs. Jenna. Sorry. I thought I was in the wrong class for a second, but then I looked at the people, and then
One moment. Connected. Wait a moment.
Mrs. Jenna.
Miss Jenna's practicing for hybrid learning.
Oh, my mom uses that thing too. Miss Jenna, in this month, we need the school open. Mrs. Jenna just took her headphones. I just got her headphones on.
1 minute. I can
My
hear
mom
you,
said
but
that thing like water.
I can hear you, but not through my headphones. Let me
Oh.
try again. Connect. That didn't work. Make sure your devices. Let me remove it.
Miss Jenna.
What's up?
What is this? 26 in this month, the school will open.
Did you get an email?
Yes.
Yes. Hang on.
Really?
Really?
What finally? I can say something about it. What is it again? Really?
Why is it? Oh, I didn't get any response.
5 more days and the school will open. Your face is like, oh my god.
Grace, your face is like.
Grace, you didn't know?
I know, I was surprised.
I think your mom was keeping it a secret then. But now everyone has received emails. Why is it this?
No, I thought so. Like, I heard my mom talking about it, but like, I didn't think it was true.
I'm so bad at Bluetooth things. Make sure your device is discoverable.
I'm scared.
All right, so for now, I'll try this later. But for now, I want to see how everything looks for the people who will stay on Zoom. You guys see me?
Yes.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
here, can you see me?
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to school.
Of course. Yeah.
It's just that Miss Jenna, you'll have to be turning your head the whole time.
I know.
So it's not like the
like
best
this,
spot.
like
But
yeah, like you'll
I
have to
know
be turning like this.
there's just nowhere else for me to.
I don't have uniform, so if I go to school, I don't have any uniform to go. You go buy in the morning.
You have to buy it at the office.
Yeah. Or the snack shop. No matter how,
they don't sell it
only
there.
5 more days. I have to go back to the Bangkok, and I don't have any time to go to the school and get my shit.
But they're kind of small. You can learn online. Like some people will be at school, some people will be online. You can choose.
Yeah, like you don't. If you don't like want to, then
If you
have
don't
to.
wanna actually, if your parents like don't want you to like actually go to school,
Yeah.
you can learn online. Some
Yeah,
people
if
will be
your
at
mom,
school,
it
some people
depends on your
online.
parents. But like, of course, I'm going.
Of course,
Yeah.
my mom and my dad will let me go to the school.
No, but like, no, you get to choose. It's not like if you don't have to go.
Miss
So,
Jenna,
Yeah.
the school open 26 this month.
Yes, next Tuesday. So
and Tuesday.
we'll have a holiday.
Are there anyone in this class learn in line?
So I can't figure out my Bluetooth device right now, but that's okay. I'll just
Yeah,
try.
my mom uses it for her class.
So the thing, what we're gonna do is Miss Jenna will wear this. Yes, Cody, you can join again. Miss Jenna will wear this in class so that the people who are in the class with me can hear me, but also people who are on Zoom, no matter where I go, you'll be able to hear me. Even if I walk to the other side, you'll hear me very clearly. So that's why I have.
Oh, like it's like a microphone like that. Yeah, I saw my dad yesterday looking at this video, like
my
how to
mom
do
uses
that.
it. My
Because
mom
he has
uses
to
it for
also
her
do that for
classes.
high school.
However, mine's not working today. It was just working until I joined Zoom. So I have to
It's
give
like waterproof, and it's also like 30 meters, like
But
proof. Like
it's okay.
you can walk very far.
What I'm going to do today is I'm going to teach like this though. Let me show you guys. I don't know if I can, right here, here's the, wait, where's my finger? Right here. Here's the projector. So people in class with me would see this and you guys are on my projector right now. And the people who are on the Zoom, I will be sharing my screen. So you guys will see the same thing at the same time, but the people in class will see the shared screen. And so they'll see the video
On the
or
whiteboard,
slideshow,
on the projector.
and you'll also see
Can't they like?
the Zoom.
Oh, that's good. Oh,
So-
so basically you're sharing screen.
Right. So what we're going to do today in social studies is yesterday we learned all of our vocabulary. We know what the things mean. Now we're going to look at an example of a past culture, a new Stone Age culture. We're going to learn about them. So what we're going to do today is watch a video, and then you guys are going to become archaeologists once again after our video. So the culture that we're learning about is called Catal Huyuk. Okay, Catal Huyuk, and it's in Turkey. We all know where Turkey is now, right? It's to the north of that Middle East stocking thing, close to Egypt. And so now that we've done our map, we know where Turkey is. Now we're going to be learning about an old culture from Turkey. So let's watch this video about them. It'll give us a lot of insight. And then we're going to uncover some of the artifacts from this culture, and you guys are going to make inferences about them based on the artifacts. So,
Then I have a little suggestion for if like there's through Zoom and on face to face. Maybe you can put a table like at the end of the classroom in the middle, and then put
that's what I was
your
saying.
computer
What I
there,
wanted to say.
so like you won't have to be
Yeah.
turning the whole time, and the students can like see.
You
Like,
just
your
look
face,
in
like,
the back.
that.
Yeah.
yes, the only problem is that when I do work on my computer, then I'll have to carry it back and forth to my desk and
Oh, you
Miss
do
Jenna,
work
Miss
on
Jenna.
it?
Maybe like you put a table in front of projector and then you put a computer so who learn in Zoom they can like yeah.
But the only
And then-
problem with that, you guys, is that I need to have my computer on my desk, so I don't have to carry it around all class period every day. All the time.
Oh, like the computer's
there,
like a
like-
big one, right? The school computer.
But
Yeah, that's
can
Can you like
but I don't want to do
you
that. But it's okay.
can-
Don't worry about it, you guys. I'll ask Mr. Arm. So let's watch this video about Catal Hayek Turkey.
This generators have a camera that you can like put it together with a computer.
So,
Just put a
not
computer
too far
here
from
and then
Turkey's
put a
city,
camera
Konya,
there.
lies one of the world's oldest known settlements. It's actually a relatively recent discovery, a Neolithic town that in Turkish is known as Catal. What the original name of the settlement was is anybody's guess, as it was quite long ago, 10,000 years ago, and no writing that may be able to describe the settlement has to this day been found there. It's just so old, but also quite sophisticated. In fact, many until its discovery didn't think that humans could have lived in such an organized way so many thousands of years ago. So, +1 for our ancestors. Catal was excavated over several years, pretty much from its discovery in 1958 to 1964 by a team of archaeologists led by James Mellard, himself from the UK. Excavation stopped for a while due to some sort of scandal Mellard was involved in, but resumed again in the early 1990s. Since its excavation, Catal has become one of the most famous archaeological sites in the world due to its age, sheer size, and the amazing artwork found there in the form of wall paintings and what are presumed to be religious objects. Now, after the discovery of Catal, several similar villages from around the same time period have also been found in other parts of the world, proving that the growth of such communities were not isolated incidents. What these settlements demonstrate is the shift from hunter-gathering to a more sedentary agricultural lifestyle. Think about it. If you were moving around a lot in search of food, then why would you go through all the trouble of making permanent settlements like Catal? I mean, that's a lot of work, especially if you're not planning on living in that area for too long. Such settlements all started what we call the Neolithic Revolution, which took place in many parts of the world between the years 10,000 to 7,000 BCE. The Neolithic Revolution is that transitional phase when our ancestors made the move from foraging to farming. Catal is just one example of a community that over several hundred years was in the process of making that transition. Archaeologists have been able to see through the ages how the size of the settlement expanded, probably averaging a population of 5,000 people, although during some generations this number may have gone up to 10,000 people. In either case, these villages must have spent considerable time and effort in planting and cultivating various crops, as well as storing any surpluses for use during winter or non-harvesting months. So, how did these people live? Well, housing-wise, the people of Catal lived in dwellings that were clustered together in a sort of honeycomb-like maze. They were so tightly packed together that there were few, if any, streets. To get inside these houses or dwellings, one would have to enter through holes in the ceiling, and then use a ladder to go down, or up if you were leaving. These openings were also the main source of ventilation for each house. In a sense, the rooftops of the houses were the streets. Inside the house was a basic kitchen area where a small fire could be built, as well as sleeping quarters and in a few cases, rooms for storage. Now, the fire could also have been used during cold weather for heat. The smoke from the fire would exit through the hole in the ceiling, which along with being a point of entry and exit, acted like a chimney. As you can probably imagine, the place was a bit crowded. However, it definitely beat living in a tent, especially when the weather was bad outside. What's also interesting is that the people of Catal had their own sanitation system. Apparently, they kept their houses very clean, but outside of town, archaeologists found what they could only determine to be trash heaps for garbage. You know what else is really interesting about the people of Catal? They seem to have had a relatively egalitarian culture, meaning that there were no social classes or hierarchies, at least none that can be determined. This conclusion has been made because all of the houses, the hundreds of them that they've unearthed, are more or less the same. Basically, there was no palace for any chieftain or king, no special quarters for any type of priests or those with special status. This doesn't mean that high status people didn't exist, but if they did, then they weren't awarded any special privileges in terms of better housing. As far as we can tell, the daily diet of these people consisted of wheat, barley, lentils, peas, and other legumes. They also herded sheep and goats, and given much of their artwork Catal as well. Now, one of the really cool things about farming is that it can free up time for many people. When you can't, or don't have to constantly be searching for or growing food because you have surpluses stored away, you actually have time to think about the meaning of life or come up with hobbies, such as painting or sculpture. Now, without writing, it's hard to really know what their religious beliefs entailed, but from the many female figurines that have been found, it seems that they worshipped some type of goddess, or maybe goddesses. There may have also been male deities, and perhaps even spirits of animals whom they worshipped. But statues and figurines of females definitely outnumber the latter two, and it's believed that these statues were used for worship, or that they represented divine beings. Many heads of bulls were also mounted on walls, leading some to believe that these could have been objects of worship as well. Either that, or they were hunting trophies. We'll probably never know for sure. Anyway, that was a quick look at Catal, one of the oldest settlement communities to have been discovered so far.
Okay. So did you guys see any of our vocabulary words talked about?
Surplus.
Surplus. What did they have a surplus of?
Food.
Food. Yeah, food.
Very good.
It's so weird that their city is like literally like on the roofs. And like to get in the house, they have to go down the ladder. Why don't just use normal door?
Yeah.
And why can't you make it bigger? You have all the land you want.
I'm not sure, Kimberly, why they didn't
I
make
think that's just their religion. Like that's just like the way they do things.
Maybe like if something happens, like I don't know, enemies will be hard. I don't know. It makes no sense.
I think that the entering of the roof does have something to do with enemies. We'll look at an example from the Bible in just a moment, which is really cool that we can see houses
Yeah, in the Bible, the houses are like flat. They're not like now where it's kind of like
Yeah, but
whatever
like there
they
was
have
also like a lot of artifacts like left out.
Very good. And did you guys see how at the beginning of the video it talked about they were hunters and gatherers, but then they could tell they started agriculture and farming because they had.
Why would they spend so much time? Normally they would just, if they were hunter-gatherers, they would move place to place because at one time things would run out. So they'll have to use like tents if they were hunter-gatherers.
Like they need to go and find like where's the most place that has like the most food, so then they can make like a secret place there, so then like they can stay there when they run out of food and they can
at the past, like in the past they would like that I learned they would like change the place like every week or every day because they'll find what place was have like many food. So then they will change their house every day.
Very good. And now they're able to domesticate their own food. They can train it to be planted wherever they want it to be, right? And we can assume that they had a religion because they found so many types of statues, right? We know that in religions in like the Greek and Roman mythology, they worshiped different gods and goddesses, right? All kinds of different ones. And the same here, they found all kinds of statues of people that they worshiped. Just like sometimes we'll see in different kinds of churches, statues of Mary or statues of different kinds of priests.
In Catholic Church?
Yes.
Because in Catholic Church, they don't like
and
focus on like Jesus.
Because
they
like
on,
some
like,
of them,
the disciples and then
it's like Catholic, so they're not like Christian, so they won't have like, Yeah,
they create statues to worship. And we know that in the Old Testament, when Moses came down from the mountain, the people were creating a golden statue of
a cow.
Yes, a baby cow.
So with their jewelry that was like that they left.
So we can see all kinds of proof from the Bible and history where they're creating statues of different kinds of bodies and they worship it, right? They praise it. So I want to show you guys something really quick.
And that place didn't have like a special house for like a ruler. Normally like they'll have like a bigger, nicer house, maybe a little far away from the actual city for like the ruler or the
Exactly.
person who takes over. But this one they take care of like themselves.
They take care of themselves, and everyone was on the same level. There was no one higher or less than, because they all lived in the same kind of house. Does anybody remember the word they used to describe that? The kind of government? It would be a new word for all of your brains. Egalitarian. We don't have to know that, but it's fun to know. Egalitarian. There's no social class. When we look at Egypt in a couple weeks, we will see that they were not egalitarian. There was definitely different social classes in Egypt. Good point. So let me show you guys this really quick from the Bible compared to Catal Huyuk. So these are some of the homes in Catal Huyuk, some examples of pictures. Notice they're also worshiping cows as well, right?
Yeah, and like
The Bible. That must have been a popular animal to worship. I'm not sure why. Even in the Hindu religion too, cows are considered holy. So it's very interesting. Even today we see that. So like you guys said, their houses, they walked around on the roofs and their doors were on the roofs. They would climb up the stair and go out, and they could walk all around.
Why their
Like in
house so
the
big?
Bible, the
But
story of their 4 friends and that one friend couldn't walk and then they lowered them down the roof, that one. It's actually a pretty good idea that the roof is flat. So like you have like, it's kind of like you have 2 stories, but it's like you can like save space, I guess. Like
yeah,
Jenna?
roof,
like
Miss
like
Jenna?
the roof, you can walk around the roof, have
It's-
like a relaxing time on the roof, and you can go down like to eat or things like that.
I'm saying it's a good house.
It is. I like it too.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
I
rain
like
when
it.
it comes, won't it like break? Because when the rain
But-
comes, it's a flat roof. How will it like?
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I think
Oh.
that they had some kind of system. Maybe it wasn't totally flat. Maybe it has a little bit of an incline to let the rain go off. But that's a really good point, Kimberly, about the man who was lowered through the roof. Now it makes sense why they did that, right? How they got on the roof and how they lowered him down, because the holes were in the roofs. And that wasn't the story I was thinking of. I thought of this story from the Bible. And when I Googled pictures of Rahab's house, this is what popped up. And it looks almost exactly.
Oh yeah, like we're learning about Joshua right now in
Oh.
devotion, and she lowered them from the wall. So how would they do that if the roof was like triangle kind of shaped?
Exactly. So this is what the houses looked like back in the day during the New Stone Age, during the Old Testament Bible times, and even the New Testament. We saw with Jesus, right? So she was on the roof and the spies came. She knew they were from God. And what did she do? She hid them on her roof and she let them sneak away, right? So we can see from that story as well, houses were like this. She went up and down through her roof. And like Kimberly said, how could she hide them? If it wasn't flat, how would they be standing up there, right? So it all kind of makes sense and everything kind of connects. And I bet where she lived and the religion of her culture, they might have also worshipped cows. They might have worshipped different gods and goddesses, different men and women that they considered to be god and goddesses. Very good.
But after
Oh, like when
she
you look at the
believed in
picture, they
God,
hang their clothes like on like the roof. The roof has, it's kind of like a big balcony patio. How do you call it?
Yeah.
A
And
big, yeah.
buying some stuff. I really like it. I think it's nice. So what you guys are going to do now, you'll see this worksheet in your seesaw in just a minute. You are going to be archaeologists, and you're going to be looking at these pictures, and you're going to decide certain things. You're going to infer things about the culture of Catal Huyuk based on these pictures. So the first question says, what kind of technology did these people use? What kind of technology? What kind of tools, right? What kind of tools did the people use? So look at those pictures and decide, what kind of technology were they using at this time? One specific picture will help a lot, but you can use any of them. Question number 2 says, what were their homes like? Describe their homes. What did they look like? What did they do in their homes? Things like that. What were their homes like? Number 3, what kinds of food did they eat? Look at the pictures. What kind of food did they eat? Also, how did they get this food? How did they get this food? Think about what we've learned in the slideshow.
At this time,
Oh,
they already had agriculture or
Yes, during this
Perfect.
time they're doing agriculture. So what kinds of food did they eat? And how did they get the food that they eat? And then number 4, did the group practice specialization? Look at the pictures. Did the group practice specialization? Did they have different jobs for different people? And how do you know? You have to explain to me how you know they practiced specialization. Yes, Kimberly.
I'm a bit confused with question number 1. What kind of technology did they use?
like what things
Like-
did they use
Like
to learn?
when they mean technology, like
They're
the tool.
Yeah.
So look at the pictures and infer what kind of
Can we just write something like about like the stone?
depends on what you see in the pictures. But you can talk about that with your group, Kimberly. So here is our seesaw activity. All right. So you guys can go ahead and click on your seesaw activity. Use those pictures to infer things about the people of Catal Huyuk. And I'll put you guys in breakout rooms. Just let me check on the rooms really quick. All right, you guys may go into your rooms. Cassie, Cody, Sharon, do you see your breakout rooms?
Mrs. Jenna, Anya says she doesn't want to talk, so we're just gonna, me, Cassie, and Twin is gonna do the work.
Okay, 1 minute. I can hear you a little bit. I'm trying to get my Bluetooth. I think I got it now. Can you say that one more time, Grace?
Anya says he doesn't want to talk. He's not gonna talk. Like,
Okay. So maybe he wants to, Anya, do you want to do it by yourself?
No,
No?
I don't want to talk, but I'm not gonna do by myself.
Okay. So he, oh wait, 1 minute. Okay, Anya, you don't have to talk the whole time, but if you have something that you can contribute to your group, maybe that would be great. Everyone has something great they can contribute. You can too.
but Mrs. Jenna, if maybe Anya really doesn't want to talk, is it okay, like, if you like get another person in like a group that like the people that don't talk, maybe,
You want me to put him in a group with people who don't talk?
yeah, because
Let me ask Anya something. Anya, do you want to stay in this group or do you want to go to a quieter group? Anya.
Yeah,
Do you want to stay in this group, Anya, or do you want to go to a more quiet group?
here.
He wants to stay here. I think he likes you guys. He just, Anya's not much of a
No.
talker.
If I go to a quiet group, I can't like get help.
Oh, so if you have questions, you want to be able to ask these guys.
Yeah.
Okay. So what about this? Maybe you guys don't have to share your screen, but you can talk about it together.
okay. But then, Mrs. Jenna, how about the rest of the people who wants to work together? Because like some of us, we want to work together.
You can all work together. He just doesn't, he's more quiet. He doesn't talk as much, but you can ask him questions like, on you, what do you think about this?
So can we share screen or not?
So up to you, but let's do our assignment. Let's not worry too much about what other people are doing. I
Okay,
don't want
let's
you to
just
run
do
out of
this
time.
fast because we're running out of time.
Yeah.
Okay, so so I'm not really sure about this like example. Like I'm not sure what type of thing this thing is.
Yeah. So is that too.
Yeah, like bruh. Like,
Do you guys have any questions?
No.
Okay. Cody, do you have questions?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Rice.
Hi, girls.
DRY.
Can somebody say something out loud so I can see if I can hear you or not?
Yes.
hi.
Hello.
Graham, can you unmute your mic and say something?
Oh, can you hear?
It's just working.
Can you hear us?
Yay.
Press. Hello.
Yay. Whoa.
Okay, I hear you, but not through my Bluetooth. Hang on.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay, talk again.
Hello.
Oh, okay, I hear you. Yay! Do you guys have any questions? It looks like you're working together well. Cody, I put you in this group, okay? I think it'll help you more. Because they're talking.
They eat dry foods.
Yes.
Miss
Oh, there,
Jenna?
Miss Jenna.
How are you?
Hi. For question
what
number 4.
Yeah.
3. I mean, question number 3. I mean,
Teacher.
what kind of food did they eat?
So do you see any food in the picture?
Yeah, I wrote grain, wheat, but that's all that we write. Like nothing else. Like what?
So what kind of food do they eat? They eat grains and wheat. And then how do they get the food? Notice it goes
They
from grain and
planted
wheat
it.
into a bowl. What do?
They planted.
They plant
planted
it. There you go.
Yeah, because how are you supposed to? Yeah. They eat grains and wheat.
Yeah, but what kind of technology they use? We're gonna I'm not sure because it kind of looks like glass. But I mean, let's just skip the questions.
It can be glass or bread or something. I don't know.
Yeah, let's just do the second question. What were their homes like? We can just do the questions that we already know. So this is their home. I mean, I'm not really sure. It kind of looks like the house is Rahab. Mrs. Jenna?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's in. Is it okay if like we write like it kind of looked like the house of Rahab?
Yeah, and why does it look like her house? What about it looks like her house?
The body and the eyes are
Say it again, Poon.
it's like the size and the picture are like the same as the picture.
It is the same. What about it is the same? Can you describe it a little more to me?
Like the size and the shapes, and then
Yeah.
the rooftops.
The rooftops. What is the shape?
That they like. There was like a stair, and then
The
everything.
stairs. Okay, very good. Y'all can
Yeah.
write all those things you just said. Very
Okay.
good working together. I heard you guys talking for a moment.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, write this down.
Any questions? No?
Miss Jenna, we don't understand the last one.
Okay, it looks like you guys are doing really good so far. So did they practice oh, Vivian's telling you guys and she's got some good answers. And look at the pictures, you guys. Is all the pictures